Jess? No, you're not. No way. We haven't started yet.
Do it this way, we know how to walk around. Good morning, everyone. We're just so glad that we came out today, and I have to say Happy Father's Day. And I have to give thanks to Reverend Dale for her beautiful playing of Amazing Grace on the organ. We're always happy to hear you play this beautiful organ. Well, here we are. I would say on a beautiful day, but it is a beautiful day. It's rainy, but anyway. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers here. Happy day to all the males here. Reverend David sent me an email, and I've been so busy I didn't even see the email to say, what is the title of the talk? And I thought, God only knows. But finally, God said it's divine masculine. So I hope that I do cover that topic today. Yes. Oh my goodness. I have to share with you, this is my first time speaking in the sanctuary, and I was nervous. Like, oh my gosh, I can speak in the parlor. We're informal, and yeah, it's really late back there. Oh my goodness gracious, here I am looking at that stained glass window and all these views, and I can feel the energy of the fathers who passed. And I thought, oh my goodness, I feel like I'll need a black robe, and a white collar. But the only thing I could find was my stole. And I asked Reverend Dale, should I wear that? And she said, yeah, wear that. Because we have to let the fathers know, the past fathers, times have changed. Women are up here in front of everyone. Yeah, can I have an amen on that? Today, that is the title of the talk, but as usual, it will be a little bit out of the ordinary. We're going to honor all of you fathers. We're going to honor all of you divine and masculine men, but it will be a little bit out of the ordinary. And I've been remiss in even asking beforehand, do I have somebody, let's have a male. I know. Would you like to light this chalice today, Steve? Thank you. This is the time. All these little details. Well, we power this time, this lighting, by kindling the lamp of our heritage. Today we honor our fathers, our grandfathers, our great-grandfathers, and all of our male ancestors. And this words, let us have a moment of silence. Our opening words today will be read from the Daily Word by Reverend Dale.
A blessing for fathers. I bless my father and the men who have shown me fatherly kindness. Today I bless and give heartfelt thanks to my father and the men who are fatherly figures to me. Their protecting presence, wise guidance, and caring instruction have helped make me the person I am today. I bless my father and those who shared a father's love and care with prayers of appreciation for my memories throughout all the seasons of my life. Through good times and bad, I see God expressing through my father and the men who have shown me fatherly love. I bless them with prayers of gratitude, affirming they know the love and care of God as they have shown it so generously and faithfully to me. And a quote from Ephesians 6, verse 4. And fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and instruction of the Lord.
For our further opening, I'd like to read from Dr. Orloff, Judith Orloff. And this is from the book, 365 Days of Self-Care for Sensitive People. And she had for today, celebrate the sensitive man. Since Father's Day occurs in June, let's honor all the brave, sensitive men who aren't afraid to show their feelings and can express love. They're able to give and receive without being commitment phobic or unavailable. A man's empathy allows him to be caring and to hold a non-judgmental space for others to be authentic. But empathic men must nurture their sensitivities while also grounding themselves and setting boundaries with negative people so they aren't drained. You sensitive men and enlightened men are forging the path of what is meant to be an enlightened man. Judith thanks all of the sensitive fathers, grandfathers, and every courageous man who isn't afraid to embody both strength and sensitivity. Going further on the next page is teachings from your father. Some spiritual traditions believe that prior to entering this life, we choose our parents. We select those who are perfectly suited to help us grow. Their role is to provide us with different lessons, from being loved and cared for, and also to handling heartbreak and perhaps abandonment. With that in mind, spend some time reflecting on what your father has taught you. Whatever you have learned, let these experiences help you be more loving, empathetic, and kind. And we set our intentions, each and every one of us, because we've all had fathers, or we would not be sitting here alive. I will see my father as my teacher, whether or not he was loving. I will consider what I've learned from him and let these lessons help me love myself and become a better person. So now, let us open our hymnals to number 8, and we're going to sing Mother Spirit, Father Spirit. 518 and turn over then to 520. I'll begin, and you can read the emphasized ones. Grandfather, look at our brokenness.
We know that all creation only sacred way.
We know that we are the ones who are divided.
And we are the ones who must come back together, walk in the sacred way.
Grandfather, sacred one, teach us love, compassion, and honor.
That we may heal the earth and heal each other.
O our Mother, the earth, O our Father, the sky,
Your children are we, and with dry backs we bring you the gifts you love.
then weave for us a garment of brightness.
May the warp be the white light of morning. May the weft be the red light of evening.
May the fringes be the falling rain.
May the border be the standing rainbow.
Thus we weave for us a garment of brightness,
That we may walk fittingly where birds sing.
that we may walk fittingly where grass is green.
O our Mother, the earth. O our Father, the sky.
Just a few words beforehand, before we have a video. You know, we need a father. We also need a mother. And between the two of them in love, hopefully, a child is produced. And here we are, children in our own life. It's important, as we look back ancestrally, to know that sometimes maybe things weren't so right in our family life with our father or our mother, and the children suffer. So it's important, it's very important to teach your children well, and also that we teach our parents well.
Must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell, it's slowly gone by. Them on your dream, the one they fix, the one you know by. Don't you ever rest in mind. you can't live by. And so, become yourself, because the past is just a goodbye. Teach your children well, their father's hell, it's slowly gone by. And feed them on your dreams, the one they fix, the one you know by. Don't you ever ask them why, if they told you you would cry. So just look at them and sigh, and know they love you.
All you baby boomers out there, I bet you remember that song, but I sure don't remember all the words. I just thought it was a wonderful, catchy little tune. And then this video just proved what it was really written about. And it was about the Vietnam War and also about that child holding that toy. It drove me back to one of our principals. And I love this principal in UU. I've got my own 5 principals from my base, but I love that we are justice seekers. We are peaceful people, and that we go forward in that life. We're on the way, we're on the path. So it's important. It's important to remember too, as I remember, during the time of Martin Luther King, that a UU minister was killed in the South for the marches, on the march. So it's time for our candles of joy and concern. I think maybe I'll go over with the microphone and start this process. I wanted to light this candle today for joy. I have to say I was concerned about doing this service because I had father issues. And so I thought, how am I going to honor fathers? But I'm saying that through this, I didn't even know that this was Father's Day, and Dave put me down for this time, and I looked at it and I go, oh my goodness. But anyhow, I want to light this candle of joy for my biological father, who I don't know, but who did not marry my biological mom, but I am a production of that. I'd like to honor my birth certificate dad that left when I was 6 months old. So I have abandonment issues from my father and my mother. And I'd like to say also, I'd like to honor my stepdad, who was in World War II. And because of the trauma that he saw, was not able to, take care of a teenager or his own son. So, and most of all, I want to honor my grandfather, who became my father and raised me. So the male figures, I know it was in divine order that my life worked this way, if we believe that we really pick our parents. And this was what I needed to come forward spiritually in my own lifetime through forgiveness. So, candles of joy for my male ancestors. Anyone else who'd like to come up? I'll give them the microphone, and then at the end, you give it to the next person. Will it work? Will this microphone work? Technology person, is this on?
Yeah, we'll go.
Oh, okay. Then I'll do that. And I always love to hear, gosh, he always has such.
Happy Father's Day, y'all.
Happy Father's Day.
Okay, so that song was pretty awesome. I've never heard it before. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not a baby boomer.
He also grew up really sheltered,
I grew up super sheltered.
so you didn't get good music.
As a child of a very intense father, I understand some of the depth of that. And as a very intense father of sensitive children, I understand some of the depth of that. So it comes full circle. Everything has two sides, including intensity. So as a father, my great gratitude is that when we make mistakes, because there's like a million books out there about how parents mess up with kids. When we make mistakes and our children are hurt, they heal and then they forgive, as I've done with my father and as my children continuously do with me. And it's a beautiful thing. So I have massive gratitude for the family nucleus and the ability to grow from our mistakes, to forgive, to let go, and to continue in faith with each other as a family. So that's my gratitude today with my candle. And just like we have that in our family, we have that here at church as we learn, in our very intimate relationships, we also learn in our extended relationships here together as a family. I just want to say thank you for all of you and your impact on my life.
We honor our fathers today, and so I'm going to be very selfish and honor my dad because he really was amazing. He was the dad to a lot of people, not just me. I'm the product of somebody who really knew how to be a good father to many, many people. His name is Dr. Walter Leibrecht, and I'm very proud of him. That was the
I'm going to share a candle celebration. I think it's my big one. Some of you may remember that last year I had the honor of sharing a book that had been published that was part of an exhibit at the Beaverbrook Art Gallery in Fredericton called Len and Cub, Our Queer History. And the photos were a story of two men who had recorded their intimate relationship in the 1940s. We learned this weekend that we made it into a series. It has been optioned by the Canadian actor Page, a six-part streaming series. And I was going to share this next week because I know Dave is doing some remarks about pride. But Mary just read Let Sensitive Men Embrace Their Feelings or Share Their Feelings. It seems appropriate today. And I will, next week, I'll bring in the book, and those of you who have not seen it will have a chance to scroll through it.
It's a candle of mixed joy, concern,
alongside him is probably the greatest joy of life.
Fred's coming.
Be the only one here who gets applause for walking. I wish to honor my maternal grandfather, Frankie Windhorst, who, long before I was born, during World War I, was a chaplain in the U.S. Army and saw action overseas. His daughter, my mother, married my father, who was the product of multiple generations of peace activists, some of whom had gone to Canada so they didn't have to fight to kill anybody. And during World War II, my father followed in their footsteps. And he didn't move to Canada, but he registered as a conscientious objector. He spent the wartime working in mental hospitals. At the time, people in mental hospitals were not treated properly. They were little more than cattle as far as the medical profession was concerned at the time. And I believe that he and others he worked with helped bring a renaissance to mental health as they figured out ways to help people instead of just strapping them to their beds or just locking them in a room and be ignored. I never knew my paternal grandfather because he died before I was born. But I'm sure that values he instilled in my dad are ones that I still feel today. Thank you.
This is a silent candle. I'd like to add to the silent candle that And the page one day just opened to this, and I go, what is this? Wow, fire, mist, and a planet. I said, oh, this is where we have to go, because the page opened there, and it was like, you have to have this shown anyway. And I love the words. Reverend Dale and I didn't know what saurians meant. I looked it up, it's dinosaurs. So now we know what the word dinosaurs, and caves and ancient dwelt. And I've been in a class with Greg Brayton. I don't know if some of you know him, but he's a scientist, but also turned like very much a promoter of spirituality. And I love that last line. Some call it evolution and others call it God. And we have the honor of having great scientists right here with us. And we're always talking about evolution and how things progress, through the generations and way back. So Greg is saying also that science is going in new directions. And so sometimes I like to give a talk on that and have Bill's input on this. But today, then, we'll be talking about also evolution and about a great correction when the great correction comes. first saw that video on Democracy Now, that's about the only news show that I listen to. And the reason I even look at that is because Amy, I forget her last name, but she was the journalist. And she was the journalist out at Standing Rock. And she was put in jail for journalism in America, for telling the truth of what was going on out there. So that was very dear to my heart. I just felt that I had to play that today and talk about this. I go, oh, this is Father's Day. This isn't tying together, but really it is. It's about evolution. It's about God. It's about our principle, one of our principles. And so through the videos that we've seen so far, and the music that we've heard and sang, and explaining about our father's hell and our grandfather's hell, and so on, back through the generations. You know, it seems like there's always been wars. There's always been protests, too. It happened during our ancestors' time, as you can see from the video. And it's happening in today's world, of course, as you can well see. The children are also the ones that suffer. And when I'm talking about children, I'm talking about our children today, but also us as children. Each new generation always has something to teach us. And we don't come into this lifetime just to keep the status quo. So sometimes we have to listen to our children. We have to listen also and forgive, as Joshua was saying, forgive some of the things that have happened in the past. The past is over. We only have this present moment. We only have this present moment right now. But we came to earth. We came into this earth to raise our consciousness and to grow spiritually. And through our own raising of the consciousness, through our own speaking, is to help raise the consciousness of others. And I don't want to say, put us on the pedestal that, oh, we've got all the answers, because we certainly don't. It's not that we don't make mistakes, even in our spirituality. But yes, we know that we need to stand in our truth. That would be a good way to say it. Our ancestors, of course, went through terrible times. We forget. We think we're going through such terrible times right now, which we are, and our earth is certainly suffering. But our ancestors went through terrible times also. Think about way back the Black Death and how many lives were taken back then. And even in our own growing up period for some of us here, we've gone through some very fear-based experiences. And I tried to point this out in a conversation I had the other day. How many of you remember the Cuban crisis? That was scary. That was scary for me as a young girl. Yeah. So there was terror. We didn't know if we were going to be all blown up or not. We've seen epidemics come and go. And it wasn't that long ago that we were in lockdown over COVID. And also many people died through that. And also because of lockdown and because of the way the world had changed, our own mental health is in jeopardy, is it not? Even now. We prayed, I know I can remember, we prayed for it all just to end, for COVID to end, and that we could get back to normal, and that our economy could get back to normal, and so forth. You remember that? You remember praying about it? We're not back to normal, are we? You know, whatever normal, it's sure not happening now. And I just have to say, please don't shoot the messenger, and I'm going to be the messengers today. And I got a message long ago from the Kogi tribe in South America. Now, we could follow our fifth agreement that says, well, be skeptical, you know. And so I would like to say things, because most people think of me as a very positive person, and I always look for the good. Dave always asks me about that. You're always looking for the good, you know. But anyway, the Kogi people out of South America, they were saying, like in the video, it was the great correction comes, but they're calling it the turning time. They say this turning time isn't going to be over for a while. Just for us to know, they're predicting 2026 in their prophecies. Apparently, they could be very well correct. You know, we thought, hey, it's going to be okay. COVID's kind of come down now. We just have some variants, and we're hearing things like, it's just going to be like a common cold. We'll have to take care of it later. However, we received a great message the other day. I received a great message anyway. And I think that many of you looked at it and might think, yeah, that was a great message. We have wildfires burning out of control in Canada, and they are coming to America. We are a global community now. We have to look at it. There was fire in the sky, orange in the sky over New York and over the East Coast, and then it was spreading. And I remember hearing last week, we were so blessed. Yes, we were so blessed that it didn't cover us here, that we could see on TV where it was. And not only that, but the fires in Hawaii and various places, the volcanoes. There's fire in the sky, people. Like in the song that we didn't sing, but we looked at. The fireness and a planet. Our planet, our Father Sky is in jeopardy. Our Mother Earth is in jeopardy. Everything has plunged us into darkness. Everything that we watched in the video. And that was a dangerous, toxic level. I can remember being a water protector. I didn't wear my little button that Dave got from me, water is life. Remember that statement? Not that long ago. Water is life. If we don't have water, if we run out of water, or if it's all contaminated by everything from falling from the sky, and if we can't breathe, guess what? We're not going to be fathers and mothers and children, are we? We're not. So we have to pay attention. I've known about climate change coming for many years because I went to the Parliament of the World Religion. I can't remember the exact date, but it was there that I heard from an elder from Iceland about the climate change. And that elder was saying the ice caps are melting in Iceland. That was before it hit the news even. They're melting. And he did a prayer and drummed and everything for our Parliament of the World's Religions. All the religions were there. Our UU is always there. Yeah. From way back. I have to say, I got multiple texts when these fires were over, or the orange was over New York, and it was coming from Canada. So I got texts from my friends and phone calls, and my cousin called me, and we're not on the same wavelength politically, and so we have agreed to disagree, and not talk about politics. But I said, this isn't about politics, but he wanted to know if we were safe and everything. And I said, I just have to express, this is our wake-up call. This is our final wake-up call, people, to do something. To do something. We'll talk more about what we can do, but first, I'd like to have our person play the video back in 1988. This is a young Elijah Gilkinson singing Calling All Angels. And I was just kind of getting on my road, my path that they talked about, and I went to my first retreat and I heard this. And I see all the posts now, and he said, this is for these times too. Let us watch Calling All Angels.
please welcome back Eliza Gilbertson with her band Third Son.
Calling all angels, all you angels out there. I just want to say that UU is developing an 8th principle. You might have heard this from Reverend Dave, and it's going to be about climate change. And I want to share with you that we have got some fantastic new board members who are wonderful, sensitive, enlightened men. And they're younger than a lot of us. So they're able to do so much and they're so energetic. And so we had a board meeting the other night. And I wanted to call up a very sensitive young man who is, held his hand up. I want to be part of this climate change team. And, wow. Dan, would you come up, please, and explain to us a little bit?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sensitive young man. Like evening. Group speaking isn't exactly my strong suit, but I am very passionate about climate change and the way our world is going to change for future generations. Because we're all here right now, but in 100 years from now, none of us will be here. The only people who will be here is the people that are born in the future. So we are starting a social action group is what we're calling it. We're looking for members, angels, light workers, whatever you like to call yourselves. We're looking for you to help us. Any ideas you have to help that we can reach the world and make a difference, that's what we're looking for. So, Mary did mention about climate change, which is one of the biggest issues that we face currently on our planet. But there's many other things that we want to get involved with the community. So if anybody has any ideas, please come forward and you can see me a coffee hour or any other time. So thank you.
Yeah. I want to say into who all would like to be in this. And of course, Karen takes care of the Pishka, and so she is already on it. And so Reverend Dale is very active in wanting to be within the community where the money from the Pishka goes to, and we on the cutting edge of that. Let's see. Also myself, of course, I had said something to Reverend Dave way back, and my passion, of course, is about Black Lives Matter and Native American justice, and Black Lives, Brown Lives Matter, everything matters. Also, Donna brought forward something also that she's very passionate about fathers. And so all of you please come forward and talk with Dan. Now, there's another wonderful, sensitive father here. You can just see it with the way that he does behave with Teddy, our precious little angel, and all of his children. So Josh, this is our new events coordinator. And we'll lead angels for a budget.
All right. Hello, everybody. So the good news is that we get to live life together. We get to work together, we get to play together, we get to have fun together. And so I'm helping organize that. My wife knows I'm pretty amazing at planning.
I don't know who volunteered you for this.
So what we have coming up in 2 weeks is a yard sale here at the church. So there's Midnight Madness, which is a huge thing in Holton. That's what people tell me. I don't know, because I haven't been. I moved here last September. So there is a race, a 1 mile race. There's a band coming right across the street here at the auditorium. There's all sorts of vendors set up, food trucks and all that kind of stuff. And last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, it's been well over 1,000 people, not from Holton, coming here to celebrate. So there will be a ton of people here. So what we're doing is we're putting a yard sale out front. If you have stuff you just want to donate, but you don't want to have to deal with the yard sale itself, you can call me. My phone number is on the flyers. And me or one of my friends, somebody will come and pick that stuff up from your house and bring it here. So all you have to do is like, hey, I want this. It's valuable. Somebody else can use it. It's not trash, but it's taking up space. Just give me a call. I'll pick it up and we'll sell it. So that is on June 30th. It's $15 a table. We're going to set tables out in the front lawn. And then if it rains or anything like that, we have it downstairs available where we can set up booths. And of course, we have bathrooms, coffee house to be open if somebody wants a fancy espresso. And then we have staff here. So if you're concerned because you have a 50-pound pot of aloe vera or whatever it is, and you have a hard time moving it, well, my back is very big and strong. All right. So, if you want to be part of the people that sell their own stuff, let me know. It's $15. And then you have from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. And you should have everything sold, because there's going to be a ton of people. And then if you want to donate, again, just let me know. And that's all we have going on for Midnight Madness. Any questions?
Do you need volunteers?
That is a good question. I do need volunteers, yes. Specifically to help from 3 to 4, setting up tables, prepping space, making sure the lawn's manicured, all that kind of stuff. And then from 8 to 9, which probably will only be like 8 to 8:30, but bringing everything back inside and consolidating and then figuring out where we're going to move whatever's left over. I believe we're going to donate, possibly split between the Catholic Church and the, what is that other place?
Salvation Army.
Salvation Army, yes. So we're not cluttering, we're moving things. Just like rain goes through cycles. We take our stuff and we move it. As long as stuff's moving, it's alive. If it sits on itself and nobody touches it, it's worthless. All right, thank you.
I think Dave's looking for volunteers for the first row.
Is he? The yard sale's the 30th. I have 2 flyers back there.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm gonna print off a lot more and post them around town with color. I ran out of color.
And Dave,
Is it on the 1st? It's not on the 30th?
It's, I believe it's on the first, I
Oh,
believe.
it's on the 1st.
And,
Okay.
yeah, the Midnight Madness curry.
Forgot about curry.
Yeah, this is our first time, so we don't know Midnight Madness or when things happen.
I think it's the 30th and the 1st.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
So we'll roll it over. We'll probably bring everything in and then put it right back out the next day.
yeah. Dave brings out his wonderful curry, and it's like, I don't know how much it is per bowl, but it's totally worth it. And
Awesome.
come early, he runs out quickly.
Also, you'll need probably volunteers to work the tables too, to sell,
Yeah.
to be taking money in.
So New Holton is going to have its own yard sale too, for building up our funds and such. So if you want to volunteer to be someone who is the cash register or the bagger, someone who helps get stuff out to people's cars, let me know. I think we probably need around 5 volunteers, so it shouldn't be too difficult to get everything done. And next Sunday I'll have more details.
You're doing good. You're doing real good. Hey, let's just give our new board members a round of applause. It's so wonderful that our young people are on that's energetic and wanting to do things. Wow. Because I think that the older ones, we can't shove things around. Put up tables and do all that. Well, this concludes our service, and I do stand here and just say, wow, I know that this wasn't like maybe the most sunshiny service and inspiring, but I know on some level it was inspirational and made you go deeper and think. And so we bless each and every one of you. So we give thanks for this, and we know that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, we know God is there also, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Mary.
But we know that the light is still shining within our hearts. Yes.
I'd just like to let everyone know that in response to popular requests, there are copies of the minutes from the annual meeting, as well as the last 3 board meetings before that, now in plastic folders with that tape.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to make it a monthly occurrence.
Thanks, Fred.
Thank you.
Thanks, Fred. All right, so let us go to our wonderful coffee hour now.
We want to thank everybody for tuning in today. If you'd like to show your support, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and help us out by sharing this message by clicking the share button. If you'd like to make a monetary donation to you, Church Holton, there is a link to our online donations in the video description down below. And again, thank you so much and have a blessed day.